Apple this week is going to release an upgraded version of an existing product. Doesn't sound very exciting, but everyone is very excited about it. About 5 years since the iPhone first hit, getting another one this week. The carriers, very interesting though, the carriers have struggled figuring out the economics of the iPhone. Have they finally gotten that down? Anton Troianovski is here with us. Has it really taken them 5 years to get this thing under control?
It has. I mean, what we've seen for much of the last 5 years is sort of a tug of war between Apple and the carriers for more of the profits that are being created by the wireless ecosystem. So obviously what the iPhone has done is it's popularized this idea of mobile data, of wanting to do more with your phone other than just calling and texting. So that has gotten people to pay more in monthly phone bills. But what it's also done is it's given Apple the ability to make carriers pay to pay Apple a lot of money to effectively subsidize the purchases of the iPhone.
They can basically dictate terms because the thing is so popular.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what happens next? The carriers have a problem with this. They don't want to be paying, an estimated $400 every time someone buys a new iPhone. So what they've been doing is, first of all, trying to make it harder or more costly to upgrade if you're an existing customer. So,
to upgrade to a new phone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you have your iPhone and you want to get the new one, if you're not all the way through your 2-year contract, it's going to be hard for you to do that at the $199 price. Now, the other thing that's happening is, we mentioned data and how much data people are consuming with these devices. What the carriers are trying to do is make it that the more data you use, the more you pay. A lot of people are still on unlimited plans, but what some of the carriers are hoping is that this introduction of the new iPhone will help them get more people onto these tiered plans where you pay more the more you're using it. And that'll be because, for example, at Verizon, if you have an unlimited plan right now, you're not going to be able to upgrade to a new phone at the discounted price.
Is there really that much between, say, the 4S is the top of the line right now? Is there that much of a difference between that and the 5 in terms of how much data people are going to eat up?
Well, that will be an interesting question. So we've reported that the new iPhone will use LTE technology, which is, it's 4G, it's faster
it's a faster network
than what we have right now. So the sense is that because it's faster, it gets people to use data more. It'll be easier to watch video at higher definitions, web pages will load faster. All of that will probably lead more people to use more data, and the carriers are hoping that'll bring in more money and kind of even the playing field a little bit with Apple.
I think you mentioned in your story that LTE, that's a cheaper network for the carriers to run, isn't it?
Yeah, that also helps with the economics. So the LTE is, it delivers data in a more efficient way. It uses less spectrum for the same amount of data. So that too helps the carriers. It makes, they're not going to charge customers any less for the data that the next iPhone uses, but it will cost them less.
They ought to.
If it's on LTE.
They ought to. It ought to be tiered for them too, right?
Yeah, right.
But overall, the iPhone's been very profitable for these guys, hasn't it been?
I mean, it depends on how you look at it. It has certainly, as we've said, it's certainly driven more people to use more data and pay more on their monthly cell phone bills, but it's also made the carriers pay more in those subsidies than they have for other kinds of phones.